All right, so for this trip, since it's multi-nighter, we just felt like we were gonna go with dehydrated stuff. You know, we try to do some fun stuff. I've got a packet gourmet. Oh, hold on, Kevin's yelling at me.
Dude, come here.
Why are you running?
You'll never believe this.
What? What are you doing?
Dude.
Did you find something?
Dude. Oh my God.
Wait.
Whoa.
You found...
What? Winter backpacking, round 2.
The funny thing is that it's cold, but there's no snow yet.
So we are down in Wayne National Forest. We'll get into what we're doing. We got 2 nights here on the schedule. This trip we bounced around a lot about where we're gonna go. We'll get into all that stuff. But after our pretty unsuccessful trip to Dolly Sods, we re-engineered our setups, did a bunch of tweaking, and we're gonna test them this weekend.
Yeah, so come along with us. Lake Vesuvius, 2 nights.
Let's go. What's the gear load out looking like?
Oh, there's so much stuff. I got my camera right here.
That's a good pouch for it though.
Yeah, the Melly fits a camera really nicely. Interestingly enough, I got the Sawviver.
We got the saw. We are ready.
A bunch of camera equipment we're trying out. I got a bunch of down stuff I'm trying out for the first time. Got some new hammock stuff I'm trying out for the first time. Just a ton of crap. Way more stuff than we normally carry, but that's all right. We got a nice relaxing backpacking trip, so it'll be fun. It'll make camp life a lot more enjoyable. And I got 2 tarps. 2 tarps.
That's right.
Yeah.
Because why bring 1 when you can bring 2?
Yeah, so we're gonna, you know, we're expecting some bad weather tomorrow, so in order to make our camp experience a little bit more easier, we're gonna set up kind of a tarp to kind of hang out in and hopefully get a fire going next to it. So we'll see how that goes.
So what's the plan? Backpacker trail?
So the plan is to do a combination of the backpacker loop that they have here. I think it's about a 16-mile loop. And then our favorite part about Lake Vesuvius is the Lakeshore Trail, which goes all around the Lake Vesuvius. It's got a lot of cool views and nice rock formations, so you know, we'll do a little bit of both. Lake Vesuvius is a really nice and relaxed place. The elevation gain and loss isn't bad at all.
Yeah, it's pretty easy.
And you know, it's a national forest, so you know, the camping restrictions, everybody knows how great the camping restrictions are in national forests.
And it's a government shutdown. Oh. No rules.
Yeah, and of course the government shutdown is you know, right now, and it actually did cause some logistical issues there.
Thanks government.
Thanks government.
Real helpful.
Yeah. Yeah, so anyways, no major plan right now. We're gonna start off on the Lakeshore Trail and then pick up the backpacking loop and look for a nice place to camp tonight. Well, the trail's about to be expected. It's a little wet, it's a little soggy, which is, you know, what we would expect. And then tomorrow we're supposed to get some nasty weather. It's gonna rain a good portion of the day, so yeah, we're expecting it to be a little bit more challenging tomorrow. We got the full rain setups. Again, like I talked to you about, we got an extra tarp to make you know, our camp lives a little bit more tolerable. And you know, Kevin and I, when it comes to starting fires in the rain and with wet wood, you know, we're average, so we have a lot of fire starters with us to get a nice fire going. So
as per usual, Andy's nose is gonna run the entire trip.
Dude, I don't know what it is, man. I take allergy medicine. I do have a little bit of a cold right now, but the second I get outdoors, it's just like game on. Well, here's our first Widowmaker of the day.
This place is known for them.
Yeah, and this is a nice one here. And one thing about Vesuvius, and I think maybe a large portion of Ohio, is that we've got hit by the pine beetle issue pretty bad. And there's signs actually all over Vesuvius warning of it. But yeah, this is one of those places, especially during the winter, when you have snow on the trees potentially, where you really gotta be careful when it comes to those Widowmakers. So we'll make sure we're safe tonight.
So we are about 5 or 6 miles into the backpacking loop, and we stopped at this pretty nice babbling brook here. Good thing about winter camping is there's usually tons of water, and because we are right in the low 30s, it's not quite frozen yet, which is nice. So we cameled up. We each filled up about 2 liters of dirty water, and then we were gonna head back up into the ridge to camp because it's just drier up there. There's more firewood. It's not windy, so quick little water stop, and then we were gonna start the climb to find camp. We have arrived. So we're doing something we don't do nearly enough, and we're not hiking at like a campsite or anything like that. We're just out in the woods. We found a relatively flat spot, and we're up on a ridge, so it's pretty dry. And we got the tarp. We have a camp tarp. That's a first for us. So we're gonna get set up and let's check back in. Oh, I got the shelter up here.
Yeah.
Got the fire going.
I don't know if it's supposed to rain tonight, but
I like this setup. We're going to extreme lengths for our winter backpacking now.
Yeah.
Comfort lengths.
To be more tolerable.
Tolerable.
And right now, the weather is definitely tolerable.
Yeah, so it's right around 30. It's like right around freezing right now. The lows tonight aren't bad, like low 30s, upper 20s. And then the real stupid weather moves in tomorrow.
Yeah.
But we'll get into that. We should probably do a quick camp tour, but we're gonna do some slow motion B-roll camp touring.
Ooh, that's different.
Yeah, we got Andy over there. Andy's on the Chameleon with the 2QZQ.
2QZQ.
And the
I got the Moonlight top cover on it.
Moonlight top cover, and he's got his tried and true hammock gear hex tarp. I'm back in the Dutchware Chameleon. Got the winter tarp too, the Underground Quilts Winter Dream. It's not deployed yet. And then we've got our nice little fire lean-to shelter here, which is pretty nice.
It's a Dutchware tarp.
So that's the lazy camp tour. We film all the B-roll and then we could sit here and talk about it. So we ended up doing about between 6 and 7 miles on the backpacker loop today. It was it's pretty nice.
Yeah, I think tomorrow we'll do like a little mix of the Lakeshore Trail and the rest of the backpacker loop. I know of a really nice campsite off the backpackers loop, more towards the entrance, that I think would be cool to get to tomorrow.
So, I mean, what do you think about this place in the winter?
Dude, Vesuvius is great.
Vesuvius is pretty sweet.
You can't, for Ohio, Vesuvius is just a great place to backpack. Decent trails.
They're
nice
clear.
views. Yeah.
No bugs. Pretty open. Also, we were discussing about, you know, it is a government shutdown, which sucks, but there's nobody here. There's no rangers. There's no people staying at campgrounds. There's nobody here.
Yeah.
So that's awesome.
So this is what I'm currently dealing with. I got the sit pad on top of the base for the chair. Oh, there it is. Oh, come on. Come on. I'm not feeling very body positive right now. I think I'm gonna have to, you know, maybe we'll have a ceremony for it. We'll, you know, frame it, hang it on the wall. Darn it.
So the aluminum snapped.
Maybe I'm just too fat.
You're under the weight capacity of that chair's weight capacity is 250 pounds. You don't weigh 250 pounds.
I weigh 198.
Yeah. Helinox, make it right.
Please, can you deliver one to me right now?
Oh, this is great. You still have another night. What are you going to do?
God.
All right, post chair breaking, how you feel? How's the ground?
This is actually surprisingly comfortable. Just kidding, it's terrible.
Just imagine, like, that's how Frozen does all of his trips.
Oh, gosh. I mean, I guess I'm fortunate that I at least brought the sit pad. So at least I have something. but this sucks. This sucks.
So one thing we haven't really talked about is Ridgeline Media Systems reached out to us. Now, they did this the proper way. So we got an email like a month ago that literally said, I have some toys if you want them, no strings attached. So if you email us with that in the subject line, we're probably gonna say yes to whatever you wanna do. But we've actually had our eye on these for a while. These are the hang time hooks, and it's sweet to finally have a good way to suspend your phone from the Ridgeline other than like being out there like that. So looking forward to that tonight.
Yeah, if you're into that type of thing.
If you're into that.
Yeah. Seems like a good option.
What's on tap for tomorrow?
Oh, I think we have like 10 or 11 miles maybe to this other campsite I know. It's basically a combination of the Lakeshore Trail and the Backpackers Loop here. I think it's like 10 or 11. You know.
What's the hiking like?
It's ups and downs. On the Backpackers Loop here is not flat.
No, it's not.
I mean, I don't think it's terrible, but we're supposed to get really crummy weather tomorrow. So, and it's supposed to be cold. So colder and wet potentially.
Very wet.
So, yeah, it should be pretty nice though. Then when we get to that camp, I'll just sit on the ground.
Good morning. It's about 7:45. I slept pretty good considering the hang wasn't that great. Overnight low was in like upper 20s, I think like 29 on my watch. So cold, but not like terrible. One thing I did notice is I just unzipped my top cover and stuck my hand out, and it's significantly colder outside. I don't know what it is. Probably, I don't know. It's in the 20s. But the top cover really did a good job. But it's time to get out of this hammock, which sucks. How'd you sleep?
I slept okay.
Yeah. Michelin Man.
Not the greatest night, but what was weird is I had zero condensation, and I had that Moonlight top cover, and I had it completely closed, no vents or anything.
I had condensation.
I had zero condensation. It was actually really weird. I was expecting some. I don't know why that happened. There was no airflow through my hammock, so I don't know.
Were you warm enough?
Oh yeah. I was burning up, and I had just my my melly on, and then some tights and some socks, and that's it. And I was super warm. So I think that the 2Q ZQ underquilt protector, I think it made a noticeable difference in warmth. I was too warm.
So I think the plan here, we're just gonna get some coffee going. I think you got a hot breakfast? Oh, we get some hot breakfast, get some coffee going, get moving. The down suits really make the camp stuff much more bearable, because you just put the down on and get out, and it's like you never left your sleeping bag. Speaking of sleeping bags, I slept in one last night in a hammock, and I switched my lay. So many things to go over.
Got the coffee water going. I'm just using this old Snow Peak canister stove I have. And to tell you the truth, it kind of sucks now. Only half of it lights at a time. Yeah. It might need to be retired. It's pretty old. It takes about a little bit for the actual whole stove to get lit correctly. But we have a pocket rocket in our inventory too, but that's in the gear closet right now. Oh, that's right.
Screwed us on that one.
Yeah, Sam, we lent Sam the pocket rocket and he hasn't given it back yet.
How are the biscuits and gravy?
Excellent as usual.
We believe we made a permanent switch from
Breakfast skillet.
breakfast skillet to biscuits and gravy.
Biscuits and gravy is better, I think. Breakfast skillet's phenomenal, but if I'm buying a number 10 can just for the purpose of breakfast, it's gonna be biscuits and gravy.
Does it go well with sitting on the ground?
Yes. Yeah. It's just, it makes it that less more painful. It's like a hobo community over here.
Yeah, I really like this little lean-to. So we brought Andy's extra xenon tarp. We brought it because it's supposed to rain all day. Well, it's supposed to Even better. It's the worst of both worlds. It's actually supposed to be a mixture of snow, freezing rain, and rain today. Awesome. So the worst of all worlds. So we brought this extra tarp, but this little like hobo shelter is great. And just the fact that Andy's sitting on the ground adds to it. Good and bad news here. The good news is it looks like the temps are going to warm up and the snow might go north of us. The bad news is we're probably going to get freezing rain very soon. Because it's almost freezing right now and you can see that front moving in. So we're going to get moving. Well, the rain has started.
Time to bum rush it to the next game.
Time to bum rush it. It's going to start turning to freezing rain / wintry mix really soon. So we're not going to do much filming. We're not going to do much filming of this. So we'll probably see you all at camp. But if we do film again, it'll probably be because the weather is really terrible. Rain's actually not too terrible. Andy and I are both in full rain suits. So it's not bad. And the temp is like just above freezing. So it's not freezing rain yet. But we're making our way back along the backpacker loop. There's a couple campsites we have in mind that we've stayed at before here that are really nice. But we want to get there and get the camp tarp up as soon as possible and see if we can start stacking firewood underneath it. Because if not, these would probably be the hardest fire conditions I've ever started a fire in. Stop in, quick break. We found this little ledge, kind of like a ledge cave kind of thing. We're going to stop here, take 5. What do you think of this weather? It's not that bad. I mean, it's bad.
It's just like
30 degrees of raining sounds terrible.
This is one of those types of things that when you hike in this all day, no matter what, you're going to get wet. So just the importance of when you get to camp, making sure that you have completely dry stuff to get into. This is the type of stuff, like this wet stuff, that you can get really dangerous. This wet, cold stuff. Yeah, it's cold. It's like low 30s, and it's just above freezing, so it's not snow. One rain outfit. Bring it. This is kind of why we like Vesuvius, because just the scenery is so cool in certain places. I mean, it's wet and muddy right now, but it's really pretty hiking along these rock faces. Fortunately, I got to use my cell phone right now because of the rain. But pretty cool. So just to be clear here, we're appreciative of the boots. Yeah, we went with waterproof boots. I've got some Under Armour ones. Kevin's got some old North Face ones. God, look at that. Yours are Gore-Tex, mine are waterproof. Yeah. Oh, those are falling apart. Yeah. 10 years though. 10 years. But I cannot tell you how nice it is to have dry feet. Yeah. And there's actually some legit water crossings here, so last thing I want is cold feet in this weather. Quick water stop now. Andy and I are cheating a little bit. We are not gonna hike down to the lake to get water because we found something up here. So we found this nice little water outlet pipe that's flowing really well. It's still raining, obviously, so that's why it's, partly why it's so good. But look at that. Oh, that's perfect. No scoop required. Rain gloves. Oh, and you've got the rain gloves on too. This is a sweet area. So we're up on the backpacking loop and looking down towards the lake. And this runs all the way down, and then you can't see it, but right in there is a really big cave. Andy's getting lunch ready here. We're going to show you though the Snow Peak canister stove. How long have you had that for? A long time. I don't use it very often, and it's I just want to show you like what's wrong with it. It'll get retired after this trip. He's got a nice little table there though. So if you see, only half of it lights at first, and then it flickers onto the other side as well. Oh, so it's kind of just inconsistent burn? Yeah, well, at first it doesn't light the whole thing. Okay. So, I mean, it still works, but not ideal. Yeah. So we're just going along this backpacking loop up on this high kind of catwalk area. It's pretty nice. Yeah, it's actually like a 3 to 4 mile flat stretch, like on this ridge. And it's going back through all these hollows and stuff. It's really comfortable walking, really nice. Well, Pretty nice. Rain's a slow spit right now, so not terrible, but it is cold.
When you're moving, it's fine.
Yeah, when you're moving, it's fine, but coming out of this lowlands area and going into following this river through this piney part that's pretty cool. Here, check this out. Ready? Mom.
360.
360.
This is cool.
Yeah. Really nice. Really nice for Ohio. Good job.
For Ohio in January.
Ohio in January.
I'll take it.
Kevin and I were just talking about, you know, you see in everybody's winter camping videos the importance of limiting how much you sweat. And we've been catching ourselves a few times going way too quickly, especially on uphills. And we're really trying to force ourselves to slow down so that we're not sweating. But that's one thing that I think we've learned, especially in this cold weather, is like, you gotta slow down. You gotta slow down and constantly analyze the layers that you have on and make changes. We're going up right now and we forced ourselves to really go a lot slower. You still sweat, but especially everybody knows how fun it is hiking in a rain jacket. But yeah, in this cold weather, slow down.
Well, I think we found our the site we were gunning for. We stayed here before and the rain is picking up, so we're gonna try and get a camp tarp deployed really quick, but I'll show you the spot. It's sweet. So it's a pretty flat area that overlooks the lake. So you get a nice little view. Pretty nice, pretty open. This is actually the first time we came to Vesuvius. We stayed at this spot, I think. But it's pretty nice, pretty open. It's like a legitimate campsite. Incredibly thankful we brought the camp tarp. So we got to camp here, it started pouring. We got it up, we're dragging firewood into it. Trying to figure out how to make Andy comfortable in there without a chair. Man, we got a party cabana, look at that. That's nice. So I know we're kind of beating a dead horse here, but I can't stress enough the importance of having an entire set of dry clothes to change into. Yeah.
Sounds pretty normal.
Yeah, but like I feel like most people, I don't know, like an entire set of clothes.
Entire set of down clothes?
Yeah, I don't know. So we got to camp completely soaked through because it's been raining since 10, so like 6 hours of rain, and then it was raining when we set up, but I'm in a full dry suit of down and it is so cozy. So you can see that cloud cover moving right in. With the drop in temperature, like a nice fog is rolling down. So it should be really pretty up here. Serious rain now. See Andy's in the tarp. We're taking a little siesta here before happy hour gets started. It's really raining though, for real, and the temperature's dropping fast. We're about to freezing, and then this is all going to switch to freezing rain. But it's like 4:35, so we're just doing some last-second hammock chores and probably start talking about dinner. Andy's rocking the true homeless person setup with the bag on his feet.
I got the Nylaflume pack liner.
Nylaflume pack liner.
There's a hole in my glove from the fire yesterday.
Oh yeah. And we got dinner being cooked. I've got some Alpine Start chicken enchilada thing. Andy's doing, what are you doing? Breakfast skillet?
Breakfast skillet.
And he's doing breakfast for dinner. And then it's going to be an early night here in Wayne National Forest. As you can see, it's still raining. Having this Alpine Start like chicken enchilada casserole, it's delicious. How was the breakfast skillet?
It was outstanding.
Yeah.
I can't believe I dissed it this morning when we were talking about biscuits and gravy. It was delicious. Biscuits and gravy is better, but it was good.
So we are, ooh, there you go. We are finishing up dinner. It's like 6:15, 6:30, and it's still pouring down rain, and it's getting colder. So we're gonna be in the hammock soon. Yay! Way better than being out here.
Well, it's still raining. Luckily, it's super cozy in the hammock. You can hear this lovely pitter-patter on the Dyneema. So, cool night, but everything's wet, so cool.
Well, we had quite the night of events. So it rained constantly until about 2 a.m. At that point, the rain flipped over to ice storm. Iced from about 2 to 5, and then the snow came. And we got a couple inches of snow, which is currently weighting down my tarp. So I'm warm though, a lot of condensation. There's a good shot of what we're dealing with. So you're looking at the inside of my tarp. So I knocked this side off, and then this side is just, oh, there we go. Oh, ice, everything's frozen. Ah! 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 Look at the shoelace.
Yeah, at least you can put your boots on.
At least I got my boots on this time.
Yeah, I got my.
This is beautiful though.
My feet are surprisingly warm right now. Oh no, our community tarp. A little collapsed. Oh well.
So we're up on the backpacking loop still, and we're gonna go down to the Lakeshore Trail and kind of skirt around that to get back to the car. We're kind of parked by the dam, but snowing, of course. I'm very curious to see what the drive home is gonna be like.
Yeah.
It could be awful, but it is beautiful. Never seen Vesuvius in the snow. We've been here in November before, and it was pretty cool, but never seen snow. Temperature right now is right around 20. I just checked. It was 35 when we went to bed, so pretty drastic swing from night to morning. Yeah. Good shot of the lake. So we're gonna head down the Lakeshore Trails on the other side of that little drop off right there. But it's pretty precarious, so I'm gonna put the camera away. But nice shot of the lake. Always a good time here. Haven't seen a person since Friday morning, and that's a first for us. More shots of Andy going down there. Beautiful. It is absolutely beautiful here, though, in the winter. Love it. All right, well, we are about a quarter mile from the car. We're gonna wrap this up right now. This ends the Schill brothers versus Winter Storm, whatever. Winter camping round 2. I think it went much better than last time we did this.
Yeah, we had cold weather the whole time, but we didn't get the snow till last night, so I think it made things a little easier. But
so I think this video is ultimately going to be like a 25-minute plug for Down Pants, but yeah. This was a good place to go. Vesuvius is a good place to go to test around stuff, and there was nobody here, so it was perfect. So fun times. Get out there and do some winter backpacking.